Hello, and welcome to That's Why We Have Hot Dogs in the Freezer. I just got done making a pork roast, and no, I didn't make a show out of it, and I'm sorry. Maybe next time. But I really would like to have some coleslaw with that. So, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make coleslaw. Now, I've got to ask you a question, and be honest. Are you still going to the store and buying that jar of coleslaw dressing? Come on, tell me you do. Come on, I see you out there. Okay, so you don't need to do that. I'm going to show you how to make it at home, and there ain't nothing to it, okay? So in this bowl, I already have 2.5 cups of mayo. Whoa, that's a lot of mayo. I'm making a lot of coleslaw dressing. I'm not going to eat it all by myself, but that's what we have. So, I got this new little thing for you. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. Maybe in front of this sign, but there's the recipe. So, like I said, there's 2.5 cups of mayo. There's 1/3 cup of sugar. I'm going to use 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, and I like to get the Bragg's with the mother. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but I like to pretend it is. Besides, it comes in a small, easy to use bottle. I do have a gallon jug of vinegar up in the pantry that I use for other things, but I like the little one for if I'm not going to cook it. You know, if you're going to make pickles or something, you're going to heat it on the stove, get the gallon. So, I've got the sugar, the vinegar, the mayo, and then I'm going to use the teaspoon of celery seed. And I thought this would fit in the jar. Apparently not. So, I may get a little extra in there. I don't know. I may not get enough. Oh, okay, it's just a skosh extra. Skosh, that's a cooking term for, oh crap, I put too much in. So there's our celery seed. A little salt and pepper to taste. I don't want too much pepper in there. You ever notice when you're trying to explain something that nothing works? And then a little bit of salt too. And what the salt is going to do is it's going to help kind of cure the cabbage, which we're going to talk about that in a minute too. So now, take your whisk and just get in there and whisk her up. And that vinegar is going to get in there and it kind of reacts with the mayo and makes it creamier than it is. And I know you've noticed I do a lot of low carb recipes. This ain't one of them. Just eat the coleslaw in moderation. It's got 1/3 cup of sugar. Everything else is keto. So I don't know. Somebody can work out the macros for me. I don't know. So yeah, that just turned creamy. So we're going to take that and set her off to the side. And here is the box grater. And I've got 2 halves of cabbage. And I have 2 halves of cabbage because this cabbage sat in the fridge a little while. And you know how vegetables get in there and they kind of start to go over the edge. Well, cabbage is one of those things where you can peel the outside leaves off and keep on using it. You can have cabbage in there for 6 months. Yeah, I had a cabbage last year this big, and I cut it in half and used half of it. It was still in the fridge. A couple months later, I cut part of it, the black stuff off. I still had cabbage, and it's still good. So, and I don't think the U.S. government wants to hear that. All right, so this is one of those instances where you've seen me do it before. where I'm going to let the camera speed up so that you don't have to watch me scrape this cabbage back and forth, okay? So here we go. I knew that was going to happen too. We're still going to do it. Here we go. You know, if I did that for a living, I could work as a prize fighter in the evening because, oh, that gives you a workout. But if you notice, I've got a little cabbage here on the table. And just like when you use the mandolin, you want to leave a little bit behind because it's better to leave a little cabbage behind than leaving a little finger behind. So now, I have the other half. I know you're going to patiently sit there and watch me race through this half a head of cabbage again, aren't you? Because you want to see how this ends up, don't you? You know you do. Tell your friends that you actually watched. That's why we have hot dogs in the freezer, and you watched it to the end. Yeah, to the end. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the hard part. You see there? I've got a little cabbage. Now, let me make a little room here for this next trick. So what we're going to do, don't tell my wife I did that, but now we're going to get out one of my favorite tools. One more. Because I've told you in the past, God gave you one of the best kitchen implements you can have right at the end of your arm. And this stuff, if you try to mix it with a spoon, go for it. I mean, granted, it'll work. But if you do it this way, you can get it well blended all the way to the bottom. And that little bit of salt we added is going to start breaking down that cabbage almost immediately. We want to get this blended around. And the other thing is, if you do it this way, you can do it a little bit by feel and know whether it's too wet or not. Because, yeah, I've got a little extra left over. It'll keep in the fridge for about a week or so. And you can use the leftover stuff to make potato salad. It actually makes a pretty nice salad dressing. Or if you happen to have pieces of cabbage left over, like over there, you can eat it. So anyway, there is our coleslaw. Nice and creamy, well blended, all set for my roasted pork. And I've got this little piece of cabbage right here, which I can just That's what I remember. It's not low carb, but it's tasty. So, I got a mess to clean up. That was another episode of That's Why We Have Hot Dogs in the Freezer. And that's my version of coleslaw. If you like this video, please subscribe, press a little like, share it with your friends, send an article to the newspaper, let them know. But anyway, that's all we got. Y'all have a nice day. We'll see you next time. Bye.